channel. This is B. I wanted to do a quick reading on this full moon. What is today? The 16th of April, 2022. Just to check in with your inner child and see like what themes are happening here. What your inner child might want to say to you right now. So we're not going to get too heavy, hopefully, you know, but just to go along with the readings that we've had this past week. First, we're going to check in with the major themes. The major themes. Thank you so much, by the way, for all of your likes and your shares and your comments and your subscribes. It means a whole lot. So we have the Judgment reversed here. I don't know if it meant to fly out reversed. It could just be the Judgment, but it came out reversed. So this could be, I'm feeling like long-standing thoughts, ways of thinking that maybe need to go. Yeah, and the Hangman. The Hangman is there at the bottom of the deck. So it's like, I need to move forward from that way of thinking. So these are ways that maybe, and I feel like because this is an inner child reading, and those first like 10 years, really the first 7 years of your life, you're getting programmed by the things that you're seeing and experiencing. And sometimes those things that happen in those first formative years become the demons you have to fight for the majority of your life. So it's like, well, what were you programmed with at that time that now you need to overcome and that now we need to release, you know, and adulthood. Let's just keep going. Our other major themes, justice. Yeah. And I feel like how will releasing those things free you, and the Empress. And a lot of this could have to do with our mothering. And you know, and that's not to say, you know, Mother's Day is coming up. So you can still have a really good relationship with your mom, or you may not. But a lot of how we become who we are is from what we experience and what we witness with our mothers and our fathers. And at the bottom, yeah, we have the Hermit reversed. So it could be time for some of us to come out of those things, come out of those shells that we maybe formed. I just heard igloo too. I don't know what that's about, but igloo just kind of popped into my mind really quick. That may have something to do with like a little protective space. Maybe some of you used to build forts when you were a kid, somewhere you used to breed, play, have fun in, like your little escape. But let's see. We're just gonna pull a few cards to see what your inner child wants you to know. So about this Judgment reversed, what card from the inner child, what does the inner child want to say from this deck, rather, yeah? Oh, we got two. Let it come forth. Repressed emotions can subconsciously fuel many of our behaviors and interactions within the world. And so it's good to explore these when we can. Find a place that feels safe. There's that igloo energy. And begin by asking yourself, is there anything that needs to be spoken aloud and released? Even if you're just saying it to yourself, you guys. Observe what comes forth without judgment. Beautiful, and that's clarifying the Judgment reversed here. And then we also have, it's okay to be misunderstood. This flipped out reversed, so maybe some of you have always felt misunderstood, and that's been a source of some kind of pain or grief for you. We all experience life through our personal lens of fears, desires, and pains, which can lead to miscommunication and misunderstandings. If you're currently in this situation, remember that being misunderstood is not a reflection of your worth, but a result of being human. You are complete, regardless of how others perceive you. It's a really important message, and that's also clarifying the Judgment reversed, okay? All right, beautiful. So let's see. Let's clarify the Justice. Keep your word was there at the bottom of the deck too, so we might come back to that one later. Why is the Justice here for the inner child, for my collective? Whoa. Let's do that again because I get like half the deck. Why is the Justice card here for the inner child of my collective? What does their inner child want to say to them about justice? Run wild, but set boundaries. So let's read Run Wild first. It's time for us to give into the wild, childlike nature that resides in all of us. Cultivate a spirit of play and allow yourself to get messy. Go barefoot in the mud. Be outside in the rain. Finger paint and just be unproductive sometimes. Find pleasure in letting go of the notion that you have outgrown your untamed nature, allowing your inner child to run wild. So you need to have fun. Maybe some of you had to grow up a little fast. Maybe some of you were taking care of people in your household at a young age, and you didn't really feel like you got to experience that free childhood. And it's time for you to tap into that play and to the things you really enjoy. And then here at the bottom, we have set boundaries. Take care of yourself today, lovely. Let yourself set boundaries. Say no to that which drains you and create space within your heart for your needs to come first. These are necessary practices for your well-being and are not selfish. Not selfish to take care of yourself in any way. Be wary of anyone who might try to shame you for taking care of yourself. I know that's right. You may have some people around you that like to do that sometimes, or maybe they'll guilt trip you or gaslight you for setting boundaries. That doesn't mean you don't need to set them. It just means they have to get used to it. Okay, and I feel like those cards flying out, because there's nothing else coming out for justice, I feel like that was a symbol of you just needing to really let go and maybe let the wind blowing your hair and have some fun. All right, so let's check out this Empress. Why is the Empress here for the inner child? What is the collective's inner child saying to them about the Empress? Wow. We got live intentionally and you are worthy. So, for you are worthy, it says, it is now time to practice speaking the words you have always longed to hear to yourself. Find a mirror and get comfortable. Look deep into your eyes and proceed to give yourself what you wish others had given you, particularly as a child. It may feel awkward, but stick with it as there is much healing in this practice. So I'll be real with you guys. I tried this before and it does feel super, super awkward, but maybe I'll try it again too. It's like staring in the mirror and giving yourself compliments, the compliments that you longed to hear when you were a child and never were said to you, or you were deprived of a lot, even at school, like among friends, among family, whatever. And like pour into yourself with those things. And then also what you long to hear now. And I feel like it'll help to heal your inner child. It does help. I just didn't keep up with it when I tried it. So maybe I'll try it again too, and take the advice here along with you guys. Then we also have live intentionally. Today, be mindful of your routines and rituals, ones that are purposeful and the ones that are unconscious, creating space to practice discipline in these areas. At bedtime each night, plan one small action for the next day. It's also a good practice to pause throughout your day and ask yourself how you can live intentionally right now. Interesting. So taking a moment to be like, how do I want the rest of this day to go? Or what do I want to get from this? Instead of just being a little bit aimlessly, because I'm getting the energy of another card from a different deck that says something about letting your life wander aimlessly. I can't remember which deck that is right now. And at the bottom here, we have disappointment is not the end. So it's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to make mistakes. We do the best that we can with the knowledge that we have, but not everything will always turn out as we hope. This is a part of life, and though it may feel like the end, it's certainly not the end. Do not let disappointments or the fear of disappointment keep you from enjoying your life. That's a big one. Anything else from the inner child deck before I move on? Yeah. Set boundaries again. Some of you need to find like a safe space for yourself. Somewhere where you feel comfortable and safe and where you can say your affirmations. Like maybe some of you are thinking about setting up a little space in your home, like a prayer closet or like a favorite windowsill. Maybe some of you have a bay window I'm seeing right now. Maybe you can just go sit there, have some like comfortable pillows. My men can do that too, because I'm feeling some masculine energy here, and really just start to reflect and use that space to kind of to have this time to be intentional and go inward, because that's the advice here. Go inward and find your haven. So with these, it's like you're in need of a hideaway, a little piece of magic that's just for you. Remember what it felt like to find a hidden place, one that hummed with its own special kind of energy. Begin to think about where you might connect with that energy as an adult, what it might feel and look like now, and take steps to create or find this space. So yeah, that's what you need, like that fort or that igloo from when you were a child. I don't know why igloo keeps coming up, but if there's a way you can like recreate that now and give yourself that safety, I think it could be therapeutic for your inner child. And then with go inward, take time today to meet with your inner child. Find a comfortable spot. Again, that's coming up so much. Close your eyes and let your awareness go inward. Feel for the space within you that draws you in and allow for your inner child to come to you there. Let them be as they are, embracing them, listening to them, and providing them with unconditional love. Like if you could go back to one of the most, not even the most difficult moments, but just to a moment where you needed care in your childhood, like if you were to sit there and travel in your mind back to that moment, what would you have said to your inner child? Like, what did you need to hear? And if there was an adult nearby that fell short, what would you say if you had been that adult to your inner child? Give yourself that unconditional love. That's what I'm feeling, so that's really beautiful. And that's also a grounding practice. So let's close up with some romance angels here and see how this ties together with the romance angels. What does my collective need? Well, that was really fast. Give your relationship a chance. So some of you have closed off to romance or become a little bit, if you're not closed off to romance completely and you're in a relationship, you kind of shut down with your partner perhaps, and you don't allow people in your heart space. And so you're being told to kind of open that part of yourself and give your relationship, your partnership a real chance. And that kind of makes me feel like vulnerability is necessary. Oh, and there's new love here. So there could be somebody new in your size or somebody who sees you, and this may come up eventually. So it's good we're doing this inner child reading so you can kind of see some of the points that might need attention and care leading up to starting something new, because you want to be in a place where you can at least be open to it, right? See, is there anything else from the romance angels? New love came out again. Well, doesn't that make sense? Your love life is being affected by children. So this person may have children, you may have children, or this is your inner child. Make the effort. There's children on this illustration too. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. For some of you, this could have to do with how you relate to children now in your adult life. And I feel really heavily, it's really like healing your inner child is going to help you be more open to loving relationships with adults, and also help you feel more comfortable and stress-free around children if that's like a pain point for you. If you're like, I don't know if I'll be good with kids, I feel like this is kind of speaking to that as well. Anything else from the romance angels? It feels like that's it. Oh. Okay, now here we go. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together and allow this situation to unfold naturally. So yeah, there's gonna be something coming towards you, and just don't put any pressure on it is what I'm feeling with that. Don't put any pressure on the situation. Just try to go with the flow of it and enjoy it and really work on this inner child stuff, but do it in a way that's comfortable for you, finding that safe space and giving yourself space and grace when you're healing those issues, because everybody has them. So it's not like there's anything wrong with you. Like we said here, it's okay to be misunderstood and let it come forth. Everybody has some kind of repressed emotions from those first years of their life to face and to deal with. Okay? But that's what I have for you, collective. So I hope this has been helpful to anyone who's interested in working on their inner child. This has been what your inner child wants to say to you. And until next time, I hope you'll affirm with me, all is well. Bye.